Water table, you know, the surface, protecting the environment, impact fees. 2 minutes.
To be honest with you, this is something that I'm learning about, and I've been going to the commissioners' meetings, and please forgive me, I'm learning all about it, but I think that we need to step up and make sure that we follow so that the streams and the pipelines and things are going to be to the best interest to the people of Tioga County and their farmlands and whatever needs to be made sure that nothing bad happens. Thank you.
First of all, there's no possible way that we can poke 1,000 holes 10,000 feet in the ground in this county and not be impacted, okay? I believe that we are impacted a lot more than a lot of people realize. The commissioners have received almost $18 million to date, including what they're about to receive. I don't believe they've spent hardly anything, if anything, on anything involving that impact. Water testing. There's been almost a 50% increase in radon gas in homes near the sites of these where these wells have been drilled. Have we heard anything about that? Has anybody in here questioned whether we can be tested for this radon gas? You guys especially should know that we screwed up years ago when we allowed them to take coal out of the ground over here. We still have a red river running through Blossburg and Mansfield. We cannot get this wrong this time. We have to be on top of that. We have to be proactive, not reactive. By the time that water turns brown and by the time that the trees start dying, it's too late. It's too late to test to see if we have a problem. We have to be more proactive. We have to get out there and we have to test our water, we have to test our air, and we have to be on top of this. Thank you.
Tioga County Commissioners have been very proactive over the past few years. I don't know if any of you remember the infamous or famous water letter that we sent to SRBC. We've been working with SRBC for quite some time, and our water letter stated that we were against any downhole drilling for water. They could take all the water that SRBC wanted to give them from the surface, but we were against pulling water out of the ground. As Erick states, I'm probably taking this line, it's dark down there. But the other two things that we are doing, we have a program that we're giving money to with MU, with Mansfield University, and they are testing water. They're doing a test. They did a test, I believe it was 2 years ago. They're in the process of doing a second test, and they're going to do it every 2 years on those same random test sites that they've picked, so that they can keep track of what is really happening with our water tables and our water quality in Tioga County. The other thing that I wanted to bring out, we're also working with Tioga County Concerned Citizens. We just gave them $38,000 to clean up the second tributary, to start working on cleaning up the second tributary that's going into the Tioga River. The first tributary just got, through our conservation district and Southwest Energy, $2 million pumped into it, and they're starting construction on a dosage field this summer. That will be cleaned up by fall. Okay. Second one happening. Army Corps of Engineers tells us if we can get those two, they will know cleaned up into the tributaries into the Tioga River, then they will no longer have to mix the water down at the dams to clean it up. They can let it go straight through.
Okay, so to start off, I'm a conservative Republican. I don't believe in oversight. We have an Environmental Protection Agency. We have DCNR. We have a lot of rules and regulations already on the gas industries. I want everybody to know my wife works for a gas industry, so there may be a conflict of interest there. I'm open and honest about it. I know what shape our county was in before the gas industry came here. My father works at Ward's. Living in the town, I know we were in pretty dire straits before the gas industry boom came here. And Ward Manufacturing was laying off. Corning had laid off most of the people. Eagle Family Foods had left. Dietrich's almost left the area. We were hurting, and I think that the gas industry has been a blessing to a lot of people in the community. As far as what I'm going to do as a commissioner to oversee the gas companies, I think we already have oversight of the gas companies. The commissioners have enough on their plate that I don't think they should be using the impact fee money to overregulate something that's already being properly regulated. If you have a concern, you can go to branches through DCNR. They will test your water for free if you have an issue with your water. I know a lot of the gas companies are being held accountable and are having to treat the water if there is an issue. So I don't believe in over-regulation. I stand by that. I know it may not agree with a lot of people tonight, but as a conservative, I got to stand there. So as far as the impact fee money, I believe that money can go back to the people, and that's where I differ from a lot of the other commissioner candidates. I believe that the people that lived in this county since 2008 are the people that have been impacted the most by the gas industry, whether it be the dusty roads or the high traffic, the addition of traffic lights. The people that lived here at that time were the most impacted. I understand we're doing things for the future, but the people from the future weren't impacted by the gas industry and the gas boom. So I think we can do a rebate back to the people that have lived here. So I'm out of time and I don't have $10.
It is a challenge to decide what's the best to do with revenue that's been a part of an opportunity that's created through the gas industry. We are absolutely concerned about the future. When you talk in terms of what are the results of the drilling in our community, there's methane migration. But there's a program known as the squeeze, so they go back and they check, and each borehole is concreted, and then you find a leak and you shut it off, and the tributaries refurbish or replenish the aquifer underneath. But that's only one step. The important part is, are we following the rules and regulations? And I must share with you, they are. At least Shell has been an advocate for safety above and beyond. The placement of the pipelines that we talked about in your question, they've actually met and then gone beyond the regulations. We had a meeting with the new First Vice President of the Americas just a week ago. And his comment was, it is an important element of our presence in your community that we address all your concerns. And one of them is water, and one of them is the environment, and we recognize that. And so we will reach and or exceed those levels of attainment to be a part of your community. The important part about the revenue, you know, we receive a multitude of questions and directives as how to invest it. There's no right answer. Under the current circumstances, we're looking at programs and projects that you and I won't have to invest in later. And there will come a time, I assure you, if we're able to keep and maintain the Act 13, that we will have an opportunity to invest in people and into communities in areas that you and I won't have to come out of our pockets. And that's another measure. And if in the future we're able to continue this program, I'm almost done, I hope that we can give back to the community.
Somebody's saying, well, yeah, it's funded by the gas industry. We know what that answer is going to be. So we bought, part of that funding was to buy them advanced test equipment and pay for salaries. So that will be a continuing, ongoing thing. I forget which candidate it was here that said that we were impacted now, but the people in the future wouldn't be impacted. Well, the people, what happens here today, I think they call it the butterfly effect. If you step on a butterfly today, you don't know what the effect is going to be a million years from now. This area was impacted heavily in 2011, 12, 13, and that impact will continue on. I would agree that punching holes in the ground, if something's going to happen, things happen. But we're monitoring it, we look at it. DEP, they do their job, and I'm glad they're there, but I've been at meetings where one part of DEP was saying yes, the other part was saying no. So it's good to be a participant in the process. And I guess another example, it's not exact, but it is water related. We haven't funded any of this, but it is the airport runway expansion. It's we took a stance, did a resolution, and I got $10, so I'll we did pass a resolution saying we are opposed until this is proven, and that's where we are. Thank you.